Hi YouTube, this is my next video which is about living alone, and this is coming up to my 4th year living alone and I'm not even 21 yet, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to be covering about 6 topics: moving in, cooking, cleaning, budgeting, working, and a few of my mistakes at the end there. I'm a bit nervous for that because obviously some of them, what happened when you're living alone, it's a struggle, you know, you go through loads of struggles and you learn from them, and that's why I'm sharing my mistakes with you, so you can get a bit prepared for the mistakes when they happen to you. So moving in. Moving in to my own flat quickly became one of the hardest experiences in my life. At first I thought, well, hey, I'm moving into my own place, no parents, yay! But quickly, maybe even within the hour of being alone in the flat, I realised that this was it. I'm alone. Nothing else. Just me. And that was scary. Then there was no going back, there was no questioning it, there was no, please can I go somewhere else? And no, I was stuck. I was in this position and I was not getting out of it. I moved in this flat with one car's worth of stuff. Not a van, not anything, just a car. And it wasn't even full. Like, I was just in empty box rooms, and I didn't know like anything. I didn't know what was gonna, where I was gonna be in 1 year's time, never mind 4. So it's really good for me as well to be able to make this video and share it with you people and see how far I've come as a person. So I did become depressed. I didn't fully understand how to look after myself properly. I just thought looking after myself consisted of eating and sleeping and stuff like that, and cleaning myself. I didn't realise how much come with that. The depression led me to drink quite a lot, and that led to other issues which I'll speak about in my mistakes at the end of the video. So keep watching. So the next topic is cooking, and I don't think I was particularly bad at cooking when I moved out. It was more so my income was lower, so I couldn't afford to live with luxury foods, like good foods. So luxury foods, I'm not thinking of chocolate really, I'm thinking of healthy food. When you've got less money, you tend to buy frozen food so you get more. So it's just a case of when I got more money, I started eating better. Cleaning at first is easy, but then I got a dog because I was lonely and I wanted a friend. So she makes mess all the time. I come home from work and there's something out of place, and if there isn't, I'm looking for something that is. So it's one of those with a dog, you know, it's really difficult because especially when you work and you don't have like 100% time to spend with them, because when you're out they're bored and they're looking for things to do. Like, I'll try and leave the telly on for her, but you know, eventually that will turn off or something and she gets bored and goes and rips something up. So this consists of obviously your bills, your food, your fags if you smoke, you know, things like that. I smoke, so yeah, that's why I included fags. So compared to most people, I think for my age I was really good at budgeting. That doesn't mean I didn't make mistakes. Of course I made mistakes. Making mistakes is inevitable with budgeting. You're going to. Like, I don't care who you are and how brilliant with money you think you are. You've made budgeting mistakes, and everyone has to, because you don't realise the consequences for your actions until you've dealt with those consequences, you know? I've had lots of people tell me that I needed to pay these things because otherwise this is going to happen, but it didn't sink in until I didn't pay something and I got the repercussions for it. And then I'm like, okay, I need to start paying. Like, all right, no more thinking of getting some money for Christmas or something, because that's what I did. That was how stupid it was. It was, I wanted to have a good Christmas, so I was like, oh, I won't pay this week because I want a good Christmas. But it's still catching up with me, you know, like not by March, but it's still catching up with me. And fixing your mistakes is vital. You know, if you've made a mistake with money, don't just ignore the letters that are coming to your door. You call them up and you set up something to pay it off. It doesn't matter how much you're wanting to pay, they won't care. All they care about is that it gets paid. Well, you could pay them £10, £5, you could pay them anything, but it's getting paid. At least in their eyes and your eyes, something's being done about it. It'll put your mind at rest too. Working. So I've pretty much always worked, and when I haven't, I've spent the whole time I've been out of work looking for a job. Whether part-time work or full-time work, I've always been paid for work. I've always struggled or faced struggles. So whether it be I'm in the job I'm at now, which is the best paid job I've had, or whether it be when I was an apprentice dental nurse and I was getting £3.50, £4.50 an hour, something between that. Imagine the struggles if you don't work. So I struggled with buying things like food, and if I didn't, I'd have £20 and I'd be thinking, oh, what do I do? All of these things, all of these topics all come together, and eventually you get better. You know, I eventually realised that I needed to put certain things first, and if that meant I didn't get to have things like chocolate on Christmas Day, that means that I can't have things like chocolate on Christmas Day. You know, it's time that you're an adult and that you need to prioritize things. So now, even now, like, I'm still learning, and I've realised that I need to prioritise things like bills and anything that's coming that needs to come out because it's direct debited or something like that. My roof, my food, things that keep me alive need to come first before anything else, before fags, before anything. If that means I can't have fags, I can't have fags. That is one thing that has been really difficult for me to understand, but I'm learning, and that's positive. So now we come to the mistakes. And like I said earlier, when I was depressed, I started drinking. And with drinking came partying, making a mess in my house, you know, even taking doors off, stupid things, you know? And it's really, really horrible for me to think, you know, I did that myself. Like, I put myself through that. But I come out of it. I don't drink anymore. And when I do drink, it's in moderation. Like, I get told to drink more, like, if I'm drinking, because I don't drink fast. So I sip it rather than down it. And I'm really proud of myself from coming out of that, and the parties and the people that I surrounded myself with. I'm really, really proud of myself for coming out of that. Obviously the mess come with not regularly cleaning. I couldn't be bothered. I was always drunk or hungover, and the cleaning obviously brought my mind down, made me want to drink more. It just was worse and worse. I also partially regret getting pets so quick. I do not regret them at all. I would never ever get rid of them. I love them so much, but I think I should have considered how much work animals were before I got them. And am I saying I don't have time for my pets? I'm not. We've got quite good routine. The dog isn't left alone for longer than 5 hours. So we've got used to what we need to do to look after her. I think it's difficult to look after animals and live alone and work. Even when you do have people that will look after them for you, it can be really difficult. So before getting a pet, always remember that this is a life commitment, and they're not just to be thrown away like kids. Like, this is why I haven't got kids yet, because I know I want to be ready, and I want my house to be ready, and I want everything to be perfect for them. All of these mistakes happen. You can't run from them, you can learn from them. And learning from these mistakes, 4 years later, here I am, and here I stand, strong,
If I can do
this, then so can you. You are all just as capable of being where I stand, working as hard as I did to be where I am. You do have every possibility within arm's reach. You do. All you need to do is put your mind to it. Moving out is a part of growing up, and just because I was 17, chances are you will be older. That doesn't make you less capable or more ready than me. That just means it happened at a different time. You will not be more aware than I was. No matter who tells you and who tries to teach you, you will not be more aware. You will struggle just as much as anybody else who moves into their own property. You will struggle, and you will learn from their mistakes, but you will be ready then. As soon as you're there, you are ready. That is it. There is no I'm ready now, because now is whenever you are ready. And you have to learn from everything you do, whether you're 16, whether you're 30, you will always be learning. School teaches us nothing about independence, nothing about living alone. School teaches us nothing about bills, nothing about budgeting. This is all us. This is all mistake, error, learn. This is us, and this is life, and we will get through this as a team. So thank you for watching this video again. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.